Hi, it's Rebecca. And I always just love doing these videos for you. And I'm really excited about today because a lot of people want to know about channeling. And I put together a program that will anybody. And I want to tell you about some things you may not know. In this short video, or long, we're going to be here as long as we have questions and have fun with this. We're going to learn why. Why would anybody want to channel? If you're watching this, you probably have some interest and you might go, why would I want to do it? Why would anybody want to do it? And then we're going to ask the question of how. Hi, Ava. Hi, Marie. So glad you're here. When I see you in the chat, I'll say hi. How? How are we going to do this? Maybe I don't feel qualified. And then what would I have to do if I become a successful channel? What would I have to do? And who are you, Rebecca, to teach me how to do this? And then who would I channel and what the heck is a frequency linkage? So a lot of more people are coming in. I'm going to start with the first question first. Why would anybody want to channel? And that's a very good question. Here's what Spirit says to me. When someone starts getting that urge to channel, it's because they have a soul agreement to do so. And it's just divine timing that they're waking up. Maybe you've had a soul agreement and an urge for a long time, but you've always felt like, well, I can't. And then you get your eyes on the big people that do it, like Esther Hicks and the lady that channels Ramtha. And that looks so overwhelming. And yet there's so many needed to bring messages from spirit. There's more beings of light here on the planet right now than have been in a long time. Guess what? Beings of light, I don't want to say they're worthless because they're not worthless, but as far as making real changes through humanity, if there is not a human who can kind of transcend, take that energy in and then put it out in a message to be understood, they can't do as much good as they'd love to do. They can't do much good at all except try to increase the vibrations. So Lay says, I would love to channel. I was told I'd be channeling a tree. Why not? I get messages from trees. Everything has consciousness. My car talks to me. And you know what she says? She says, oh, Rebecca, I love to go fast. She gets better gas mileage when I go fast. And of course, she told me her name. Her name is Suzelle. So that's why you want to channel. Usually some soul agreement is coming away. Like me, I didn't start doing anything till after 40 years old. So don't think, oh, it's too late for me. You have to be born with it, etc., etc. We're going to cover that in a few minutes. So any questions about why anybody would want to channel, you can put them in the chat. I'll be checking with them. When you see me go like this, it's because I'm trying to read the chat. All right, so the next thing we're going to cover is how could I channel? I don't feel qualified. Oh, who feels qualified? How you can channel is either learn to do it from a book, spend time asking your own guidance, or take a class or a course from someone like me. I can teach an engineer, left brain, how to talk to dead people if they'll follow my techniques. And why can I do that? Because in this lifetime, I came in without any of my gifts apparent. In other lifetimes, I was magic, wizard, I was all these kind of things. In this lifetime, I said, nope, I'm just going to go in and I'm not going to have any psychic abilities. I'm going to choose a family that's going to send me to hell if I say the word psychic. And Spirit has told me, beloveds, that a lot of you chose this lifetime to erase any tendencies to get into ego. Many of you, especially if you feel like, gosh, I don't have any psychic abilities or any of that stuff at all. I want to, but I don't have it. A lot of you have had it in many, many lifetimes. A lot of you have been very powerful. And yet, this lifetime, you hit the reset button. You said, I'm going to go in with none of this stuff. I'm going to find it again. And it's just like a purification process. But when you start really asking to have your abilities awakened, they will be. And I came in with nothing, and I learned through techniques. I actually studied techniques, just like Jesus when he went into Egypt. He studied all that metaphysical stuff. He wasn't born magic, he became magic. So, you don't feel qualified. Who does? And I like to tell the story of Esther Hicks, who I consider to be one of the greatest channels in the world. When she started off, you have to also be willing to have a beginner's mind and start off small. When she started off, she wrote words in the air with her nose. That's how she started off. And look at her now. She's a full trance channel. By the way, there are three kinds of channel, really. There's a full trance channel, which if you were that, you probably would have already been it. I'll talk about that more in a minute. And then there's a sharing conscious channel, which is what I am. I get the messages and in little packets, and then I speak them out. And sometimes I'll pause. Here comes another packet, and then I speak it out. And then there's a kind of an in between. I was listening to the guy who channels Bashar, and he's kind of there and kind of not there. So when you really channel, you do move into a trance-like state. And here's something you may not know about channeling. You think, well, I'm not qualified. Guess what? You are channeling, honey. I guarantee you. Guess what? You're probably channeling. You're probably channeling stuff that people told you. What is a channel? Conduit for a message. A lot of us are channeling old beliefs that we picked up in childhood, and we're channeling out into our life and wondering why things aren't going better. So everyone can channel. Here's something you might be worried about. Say you take my course or someone else's course, and you become good at channel. Every day you're getting messages. And by the way, do you know that's how you become a good channel? You channel. You have permission to do it badly. You have permission to just do it to yourself. I recommend always doing it in writing. So I have techniques that open up the right side of your brain and get the information over to the left. The left is your logical side, and it needs to kind of be quieted down so that you can get the messages and send them through. So you might be worried, well, if I start getting messages every day, I'm going to have to get a big website and put myself out there, and I'm going to have all this responsibility, and that alone can discourage some people. And that's not true. It is true that some of you are called to really put yourself out there and to be in a public forum, but mostly the information from beings of light needs to get into this 3D existence. Even if you write it down, you're bringing it into the 3D existence. So if you're called to be a public channel, you probably already are. And guess what? Whether you're more of an in writing channel or a public channel, it's not your job to get it out there. It's your job to follow guidance and inspiration to get it out there. And yet, the angels, guides, and beings of light who channel through you go to work on your behalf if this is to get out. So, are there any questions about that before I move forward? Okay. Hi, Lynn. You're here. So, I'm going to move forward to the next thing. Let's see. I covered why. How would you do it if you don't feel qualified? What would I do after I became pretty good? Would I have to get a website, get a YouTube channel? Would I be responsible, and would I get in trouble if I didn't do anything with it? So, who are you, Rebecca, to teach people how to channel? What makes you qualified? Well, the one thing that makes me qualified, I already told you, I came in with no skills at all. I learned them and I can teach them. The other thing that makes me qualified is I'm the portal master. I travel all over the world opening portals as guided by spirit. When I teach a class like this, I open a portal for your understanding. And I help you open the portals in your corpus callosum. What's a corpus callosum? It's that thick bundle of nerve between the right and left hemispheres that transfers energy and information back and forth. The holier, full of holes, full of pathways, your corpus callosum is, the more information and the easier you get. Now, that's why I'm qualified. And everything I do is divinely guided. So I'm guided by spirit to teach a class now that would take a beginner, depending on how advanced do you want to be? How much do you want to follow my instructions and do as I'm guided? If you trust me, you can be amazing within no time. Okay, so here's the thing that's fun. You might ask, well, who would I channel? And what's a frequency linkage? Who would you channel? So I am the portal master. This is my Moses staff, which was given to me in a miraculous way. And I am a multidimensional channel. I don't just channel one. Most of the really famous people just channel one. But because I'm a portal master, I'll channel one for a while and I just open the portal for their energy to come through. And it's not for me to keep doing it, it's to make it more available for other people to channel and benefit from. That's my job. I used to think, oh God, I'm a spiritual floozy. I'll channel this one for a few months and then that one will come in. It seems like they're lined up around the block for me to channel them. And it's so clear when they come. And Spirit explained to me recently, you're opening the portal for other people. So, who would you channel? Well, when I teach a class, I help you find the being of light or beings of light that are most suited for your energy. Because everything is frequency. You're having a frequency, and the being of light is having a frequency. What frequency linkage is to link up. I give credit to Bashar, by the way, for telling me this. To link up your frequency and the being of light's frequency to be a match so that it's a little adjustment and yet it's not a huge adjustment. Now, your frequency also depends on where you are. You may start out channeling one being of light, and you may be like me that I wouldn't say graduate to another, but I would say as your frequency shifts, it may be more appropriate. So when I teach a class like I'm about to, I help people try on the different frequencies of the beings of light. Usually there's a list of them that come to me and ask, can I be in the class? Can I be in the class with you? Will you pimp me out, Rebecca? So I need a glass of water for that one. Pimping out beings of light. So that made me lose my train of thought. So as the spirits were guiding me into writing about this class, they said, liken it into shoe shopping. When you go shoe shopping, you have to try on a bunch of different pairs of shoes, right? And even when you find one that feels kind of comfortable, you need to walk around in it. And even if you decide to buy them, when you get home, you still need to break them in, so to speak. Well, the spirit said, that's how we want you to do this. Help people recognize the different frequencies of the being of light and find the one that's closest to them and most suited for them, and teach them how to bring those messages through. So here's what we covered. Okay. Why would you want to do it? I know some of you came in late. You can watch the beginning. Why would you want to channel? Because your soul wants to, and your soul will not shut up until you do. How? You don't feel qualified. You learn how. You don't have to feel like, oh, I was that way since I was born. I wasn't that way until 40 years old. So you can learn it from a book. However, I would like for you to learn it from me, because I know I can teach you. And I'll hold your hand, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And what would you have to do after you become a channel? Just bring in the messages, baby step at a time, baby step at a time. Write them down, and you'll be guided. The angels, the beings of light, it's their job to get it out in the world, and it's your job to pay attention to how that's going to happen. And who am I to teach this? I'm the portal master. I taught myself to be a channel. I can teach an engineer to talk to dead people. And Alexander says, please teach me. I'm willing to learn. And I'm going to tell you guys how you can learn about my course. And then who would you channel? The one most close to your frequency. And I'll teach you how to make a frequency linkage so that you synchronize your brain. They have brains, they have physicalities, even if they're another species. You might be channeling one of the Pleiadians. You might be channeling one of the Arcturians or a small group. You could be channeling a certain angel. You could be channeling a deity figure. You could be channeling Jesus, Mother Mary, Mother Asna. You could be just channeling your own spirit within growing up. And you could be channeling ancient memories of a past life that you had when you were fully in your power. We're all one. And so, in essence, you're really one with every being of light. It's finding that part of yourself that's tuned in or ready to be tuned up to this being of light. So, now I'm going to tell you how you can take my course. There's a link below this video, and I'll put a card here too. And it'll take you to a page where you can read about it. But right now, you can't read much about it because I'm just getting people that are interested. The class is going to start in a week and a half. And those people who are what I call early birds, you know that you want to channel, you're going to get a half price discount, which is crazy. And the course, it'll be for the first 10 people, and then the next 10 people will get another discount, but it won't be half price. So when you click that link, you sign up to get notified, and I will notify you first. When I notify you, it's your responsibility to hop on it or not hop on it. So, how strong is your calling? It'll be affordable. Now, it'll be for 4 weeks. It'll be on the teleseminar or computer, or if you live in China, you'll have to maybe listen to the audio. And each week, I'm going to teach it on Saturday and again the same class on Sunday, different times. I do this so that more people can come because people are all over the world in all kind of time zones. So, are there any other questions that I can answer for you? Let's see. Queen says, I'm seeing multivisions of being trying to learn to hear them. And it could be that your gift is visual. In this course, what I help you do, the first week we work on releasing your worries and your resistance and strengthening your psychic reception areas. You can scientifically strengthen your psychic reception areas. There's so much information people haven't been taught, and you simply need to be taken by the hand and taught it. So, those who want to learn, I really would like for you to get the early bird discount. So, register, and I'll send the notice to you first, and we'll have so much fun. And you know what? With my calling system, it won't cost you a penny. I don't care where you live. You can use your computer with earbuds. There's an international number for almost every country in the world. And can you imagine how fun it would be to be together 4 weeks? Not only will we fall in love with each other, but you're going to get to know the other people on the class. You're going to fall in love. So, can you see yourself just surrendering to your divine calling? Can you see yourself surrendering to your soul purpose and that light that's in your heart saying, yes, you're ready to bring in messages? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. This is Rebecca. It's been my pleasure to share a little bit with you about channeling and how, if you're interested in it, you can do it. You can do it. You can start off easy, baby steps, and I know that you can do it. And you can take it from beginner to advanced. Just follow the instructions. Follow the homework I give you. It'll be fun. I look forward to having you in a class soon. Bye, everybody. Alexander, I want to get your comment first. Oh, had seen a few lights in the sky and asked to see a sign. Is that confirmation? If it feels like confirmation to you, then it is. Years ago, when I didn't even know anything about this path, I had a UFO a few yards from me, hovering in the sky, big as a football field. And I didn't even know about UFOs back then. I didn't know about anything spiritually. So sometimes there is some kind of strange contact when you're younger that they're letting you know, okay, maybe not now, but it opens your awareness, I'll tell you that. So let's close with a prayer. And to whomever you pray, I like to say Heavenly Father and Heavenly Mother, all of our angels and all of our guides, to the beings of light that are putting it on the heart of these people watching. If this be for the absolute highest good of all, Please help each person who would like to take this course or a course like it be able to financially take it and to have the time to take it and to really know in their heart that this is of the purest white light. Here's one thing I want to leave you with. Whether it's someone trying to sell you something or a being of light, it's important that any information be helpful and self-empowering. No being of light will ever come and order you to do something. I'm Rebecca. If you're not subscribed already and you like this kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. And it'll send you a notice when I'm going to do another one. I do at least one a week usually. So, all right. See you soon.